morning, everyone. This communication is going to be in English only. Uh, we just wanted to have it in a larger scale, especially for English spoken people. As you can see, the title of our communication of this morning, April 5th, 2025, from North America. There is a nice picture there that I've put as a front page. So on this picture, there is a, when you look at it, there is a Trump with Webster Mathurin Albert alias Sassou Nguesso Denis. There is also Rooney Jackson with Webster Mathurin Albert, the guy you calling Sassou Nguesso Denis. Then you have Abraham Lincoln with President Xi of China. Then you have the leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un. Also you have the Congo Federation flag, the Congo Federation map. And then we have given the title, Trump and his intended fall and his intended downfall. Trump and his intended downfall. Bon. Do you remember this picture? You remember this picture? Do you remember this picture? This is Trump. I think we were here in July 13, 2024, when they attempted to kill Donald Trump in the US, right? You remember? And then you have a bunch of guys down there. I think that was in July 13, 2024. So we did some numerology here. Attempt assassination of Donald Trump. We were on July 13, 2024. Then when you look at the number that you get from that date, if you're doing some kind of numerology, it's gonna give you 7. You remember also JFK was assassinated. That was on the 22nd of November 1963, right? JFK. You remember that? I do remember that President Trump has lost his memory about that, right? We did explain that spiritually. Some people, they don't believe to things, but we can see things that you don't see spiritually, right? Nzambi Mpungu, the creator, the first, saved the life of Donald Trump because he wanted Donald Trump to be the first to recognize the Congo Federation as a country. Nzambi Mpungu, the creator, who is alive, who you can see, save Donald Trump so that he can make in place or reparation to the black people, to the Congo people, especially the Congo, knowing that most of the Western country was built by black people, mostly with the money, the resources, financial, coming from the Congo land. This is coming from the bare land between Congo Conference. As you know, that conference was called Congo Conference, where all of the Western country, including the United States of America, Russia, most of the European country that you know, Western country there, they all signed Congo Conference Act. And this is something that you can look at everywhere. You can read the content of that conference, of the Congo Conference Act signed by this country. They have decided not to fight on the Congo territory, but to share all the wealth of the Congo territory by killing, the owner of the land, the Aboriginal people from that land, right? Stealing their natural resources, killing them, right? Destroying their life. And that act is up to date. The Security Council from the UN, the United Nations, is based on that, right? The deal that Putin is doing today with Trump is based on that. The growth of European countries, including the United States of America, is based on the Congo Conference Act. So all of these white folks, they know better. Whoever is calling himself politician, leader, know better, including Putin, knows better what is the Congo Conference Act is. So we as Congo, right, we have that right to fight for our people, to get back whatever was stolen from our land and get paid back on what they have done to our ancestors. Right? It's a right thing to do in front of Nzambi Mpungu. For a human being who can have a brain, who can think, a human being who knows the truth, right and wrong, will always come at a certain point, push far his brain and stop and say, yes, these young people are right on what they are looking. Understand? You remember, like, the coming day, like this past day, President Trump has released the report that is related to the assassination of President Kennedy. Right? But the question you have to ask, why did President Trump release it? Then, when you go deeper in that report, they are saying that President Kennedy was killed by the Mossad. What is the Mossad? It's the false Jews. The false Jews done by the Israeli. Israel killed Kennedy. Alright? But who are the Israeli? The Israeli are the Cabal. You can call it Cabal, Kabbalah. Yeah. Is the deep state. Is what Donald Trump is calling the swamp. Is, all of these white folks, what we usually call Ashkenazi. The Ashkenazi, you can call them like that. They are infiltrated the whole system. In the Western country, they have put in place Freemasonry, so many, stupidity so that they can control politics, economy, and everything. They control banks. They try to control now everybody. And these people, white folks, coming from east of Europe, the Ashkenazi, they are the one who is claiming themselves as Jews. Right? They are also the one who are putting war within the Congo territory. They are also the one who are put their knee on the Congo chest. Right? They are the one in the front line of, create all of this crime on the Congo territory by assisting people like Webso Bature Albert, the guy that you are calling Sassou Nguesso, assisting people like Kagame. They are the one who are supporting people like Paul Biya, which is a dead man, an old dead man. who has lost his brain, his ability to walk. It's just a dead body they put in power for so many decades right there. They are the one that is protecting people, like Museveni, all of this crap that's destroying, the future of young African. Please understand my this communication, very important for this morning of April 5th, early this morning. It's 7 o'clock in the morning here in North America. I'm doing this communication. And I'm calling here to President Trump on his far on his brain. You can understand this communication. Very important. Very important. The Ashkenazi, who are they? They are the one in power here in Canada. Trudeau, now Carney. They are the one in power in France. Macron is the Rothschild Charles descendant. They are in power in England with Starmer. They are in power in Germany with Kohl. All of them are false Jews, but they are Ashkenazi descendant. So the Ashkenazi, they are the one who killed President Kennedy. They are also the one who tried to kill President Trump in July 13, 2024 in the US. But they tried to do that, but they missed. Why they missed? Because the creator, Nzambi Mpungu, wanted President Trump to be a man that will recognize the power of him by recognizing the Congo people, the Congo territory, by putting in place all the reparation, payment of reparation, recognizing the wrong that was done by white folks against black people, especially the Congo people. Why they should pay for a reparation? Because they have built their country, their entire life, their future, based on the money that they took from us, we, the Congo people. And what is condemning them? It is Congo Conference Act that all of them have signed right there in Berlin. This is the reason that they have to deal with the Congo Conference and Council that we are. Me, Prince Mikaya Pongi VII, Sa Majesty Tikaya Zinga I, Governor Birangi, and Governor Olga. Why us? Because our people are giving us the power to talk on their behalf, to sign a real contract for future so that we can take control of our land. We can share our natural resources to whoever we want, right? But the most interest is to protect our people. We can share the wealth that Nzambi Mpungu has given to us. This is the right thing to do. So the Ashkenazi, they missed President Trump. When they missed President Trump, they were a kind of, rise up of, people opening their eyes in the US. They were a kind of environment of civil war coming to the US. All of these people was beyond President Trump, the MAGA people. They all prepared themselves to war by saying that you have tried to kill our leader. If you kill him, it's going to be a huge, race here, chasing people, chasing millionaire, billionaire, destroying Ashkenazi, the false Jews. So it was a kind of, environment that became poisoned by the people beyond their leader. They were ready to do whatever they can to stop the Ashkenazi for touching their leader. That's why you have seen that election, all of the poll showing President Trump the winner. Why? Because the deep state understood that if we made that mistake by trying to rig the election like they did when they brought Biden in power, it's going to be a disaster for them. They will be all losing whatever they have stolen from the people. They will be chased out of the country. They decided to play the card, like Trump himself was saying. Zelensky didn't have a card, but he does have the card. What was the card? The deal with Trump. The deal with Trump comes with a submission by accepting everything so that they can let him run the country. They can let him take the power. That's why you have seen they have dropped every lawsuit against President Trump. Suddenly, President Trump, who was a criminal, became a good man, a clean man. You all have seen that. That's why we came with a communication. We say that President Trump has two choices. One, submitting himself, surrendered on the deep state. He has to surrender them, or he has to go to the sovereignty, which is totally disconnect himself from the deep state, from the false Jews, from the Ashkenazi, from the banking, from all of these people who are thinking that the wealth that the Creator has given to us all belong to them. They think that natural resources that Nzambi Mpungu has given to all of us living in the earth belong only to that small quantity of individual that serve a devil, that like money, like, I don't know, they like to drink blood because of natural resources. They want to kill everybody because of the money. The people who never put a human in the center of their preoccupation, right? They are ego. They think about themselves. They think, always thinking about the domination, the destruction of the humanity. We call President Trump, he has two choices. First, his own sovereignty, which is disconnecting himself 100% against this evil group, disconnecting himself from the false Jews, the Ashkenazi, and then, or he had to submit it, surrendered by them. But President Trump choose to surrender, choose to work for his people because he wanted to get back in power. He forgets what they did to him or what they want to do on him. He forget that these people wanted to kill him. He has forget everything. That's why on his submission, you can see that President Trump went in France, in Paris, handshake with Ngwebso Matura Albert Alai Sassou Nguesso Denis, which is very contradictory. Right? You remember the first term of President Trump, he was saying that Africa was a shit world country. He couldn't shake his hand with this leader of a shit world country. But all of us were surprised that President Trump, on this term here, decided to shake his hand with a devil, Ngwebso Maturin Albert Alai Sassou Nguesso, with his wife, as you can see there, President Trump. This is in Paris. This was a big sign of the fallen of President Trump. This was a big sign that President Trump he made his choice. His choice is now very clear. He wants to work for these evil people like Webster Matura Albert, shaking hand with somebody always, somebody who always, somebody, somebody who already killed 6 million of the Congo people, 6 million of, of the Congo, 6 million of the creator people, the creator who saved Donald Trump's life in the U.S. Yeah, see? What will happen then? So he surrendered himself on a deep state. The deep state is now providing all the agenda. He has to follow a certain map, a certain route. Among the route is forgetting what is happening in the Congo territory right now. That's why you have seen he has sent Rooney Jackson. You remember Rooney Jackson? Rooney Jackson. What Rooney Jackson said. Let's see if he will be able to do that. Sending Rooney Jackson on the Congo territory. Let's go look at it. Sending Rooney Jackson. Let's listen what Rooney Jackson is saying.
We all know right now that the Eastern DRC is a completely ungoverned area. DRC is a completely ungoverned area. It's like the wild, wild East, right? And I truly believe that there is no ability for the government in Kinshasa to actually control that area right now. They do not have the resources or the ability to really impact what's happening there. The Uganda is bringing minerals in from there. Rwanda's doing it. Burundi's doing it. Everyone is doing it, and there's really nothing there to stop them. Congolese government has to do a couple of things. One, they have to address the domestic issue, right? There are a large number of people in the Congolese that are not Congolese citizens, that are not treated as Congolese citizens, including most of the members of M23, so on and so forth. Now, M23, with or without Rwanda right now, is pretty much uncontested in the area. They're just doing anything they want right now, and the Congolese military is not even fighting back right now. As a matter of fact, they're just running away ahead of M23, or in some cases, they're laying down their weapons and they're joining M23, right? So I think that the Congolese government's in a bad position here, but I do believe this domestic issue has to be addressed, that everyone in the region, everyone in the country has to be treated as a Congolese citizen with all the rights and privileges of such. I think that this is a difficult thing to do, but I think at some point the armed resistance of M23 are not going to just put down their weapons and walk away. I think that they are an armed resistance. There has to be an effort somehow to incorporate them into the Congolese military and make them feel like Congolese citizens that are protecting their country, not what's going on right now. They have the domestic problem, or they have the international problem, obviously, which mainly focuses right now with around the relationship with Rwanda. I talked to Kagame, I talked to Shikasheti, I talked to both of them, and I think that one of the biggest problems right now is personally they can't get along. And I think that at some point people have to put their personal differences aside. This has to be a region that's beneficial for everybody, that everybody sees profit, and everybody has a reason for that to be an area of stability, right?
There is no domestic issue on the Congo territory. We are being attacked by foreign country, by foreign citizens, ever since the Berlin Conference, that you know that you have signed the Congo Conference Act. We've been attacked like folks like you, the United States of America, who are trying all the time providing guns, like Guterres has said, the Secretary of UN said that the rebel coming from M23, they are well equipped than the peacekeepers soldier from the UN. The US is in the center of all of this. We do not have, Rooney Jackson has to understand that we do not have any domestic issue. And every people that in our land that are killing our people, stealing natural resources, raping our mother, sister, are not our people. You know, I would probably, you know, the question, we can probably try to reverse that question, asking Ronnie Jackson why Trump and his administration are putting a lot of foreign people in the plane and sending them in Guantanamo, sending them overseas, sending them back home, sending them in different countries. Why? Because you think that they do not belong to the US. They are not American citizens. This is the reason. The case of Webster Maturin Albert, I think last time we have shown some picture. I try to see if I have again a chance to look at this picture, if I can share that with you again. The same Ronnie Jackson did meet with Tshisekedi. He also met Webster Maturin Albert. He also met Kagame, right? So this is the same guy. I just want to see if I have. This is the same guy, Ronnie Jackson here, meeting Webster Maturin Albert, the guy you calling Sassou Nguesso, the man who killed 6 million of Congo. Who is Webster Maturin Albert? Webster Maturin Albert was born in Benin, in the kingdom of Edo, which is in Benin. Right? His father is from Ivory Coast. In 2023, he went back to Ivory Coast to regain his citizenship. It's not Congo, is not on his territory. This guy that Ronnie Jackson went to shake hand is not a Congo. All of these people around him, they are not from our land. That's why they are killing Congo people. That's why they are complicit against us in the Federal Democratic of Congo, former DRC. Understand? Webster Maturin Albert Sassou Nguesso is in alliance with Kagame. Kagame is in the front line of killing almost 60 million of the Congo, right there in the east of the Federal Democratic of Congo, former DRC. You understand what I'm saying? They are not our people. There is no domestic issue. We as Congo, we know how to deal with our problem. We sit together, we talk about our differences, we clash each other with the truth, we shake hands, then we protect each other, we share the wealth that we have among us. But these people, Webster Maturin Albert, Kagame, they are not Congo. That's why they are stealing natural resources. They are killing our people. They are destroying our life. And these are the type of guy, Ronnie Jackson and Trump is shaking their head. And that is making us believe that Trump did submitted himself, surrendered himself against the truth by shaking hands with the devil, like Webster Maturin Albert, sending Ronnie Jackson. But who is the Ronnie Jackson? These are, how we can call them, angel of bad propaganda. Ronnie Jackson is an angel of bad propaganda, trying, to make, great people, thinking great people in the United States that we have to accept foreign people in our country, the foreign people that are coming, providing death, stealing, destroying our community, our people. We have to accept living with them. No. Instead of talking about how we can prevent that, how we can protect the Congo, how we can help the Congo protect the territory, protect the natural resources, protect the mineral, so we can have a good contract, how we can develop these natural resources. No. Ronnie Jackson is trying to push Trump so that Trump can accept that we can be in the same army with a rebel. in the same army with foreign people, in the same army with our killer, in the same army with our destructor. We saying no to this politics. Understand what I'm saying? We're saying no. Right? So, President Trump is going on the wrong way. Then the cabal is providing everyday instruction. Now we are in a tariff now. See, the tariff is being and destroying the world economy. Because President Trump is following the cabal, right? The cabal agenda. The cabal is pushing for tariff. What will happen with the tariff? What is happening now? We know that in car manufacturing start to lose some job. There will be job loss everywhere, especially in Canada, North America, with this tariff. We have seen also the Chinese, they have imposed, I think, 34% of taxes on every American goods that enter in China. That will break the whole economy, right? So, when you destroy economy, what will happen? People start losing jobs, right? People will never be able to afford food for their kid, money to pay their child college or university, right? No money, for a good health, right? People will start losing their homes, right? You will create millions of homeless people on the street. That will include a father, a mother, a child. So when you will face 200 million of homeless on the street, what do you think? What people will do? They will start chasing politicians, trying to find your home. They will start chasing billionaires, finding where are your children, where are you hiding. It's gonna be a chaos for you guys. So you are the only one, between quote, was elected by people, but you have become a weapon against the people, between quote, who elected you, the people who brought you on in power. You understand what I'm saying? The cabal already planned the destruction of President Trump by himself. And that's why we are talking Trump is intended to fall down. He is intended to fall down, right? Trump is intended to fall down. How President Trump can get out of this? Simple. Only one person, one Nzambimpo, the only one, the creator, the savior, the protector, can take you out of this fall down. How are you going to do that? You have to recognize these people. The Congo Federation, meet with us. Congo Federation Council, put in place the reparation, recognize the Congo Federation country, and help the Congo to chase all of this evil. People like Webster Matura Albert and his friend, his family coming from the Western Africa. The people are bringing death in the Federal Democratic of Congo, former the Democratic Republic of Congo, what you used to call. Then Nzambi Mpungu will show that he is the one who will destroy the deep state, and the Congo will help you to destroy the deep state. Then you will gain your freedom, you will get your sovereignty, then you will be the president that everybody is waiting for, so that you can make America great again. If you don't do that, I have a fear that you have created your own downfall, and let's see the coming day. Batondo mingi Nzambi Mpungu tia kukuba koko kongdi tadi maton ya ba colère fin ka ke bansai ye abu pia maton